Just before we go, Ambassador, just something I would like you to clarify. There has been this huge cloud of misinformation around the work of the Tripartite Committee, which had been set up. A lot of people seem to believe that the committee's recommendation will inform a rerun of the previous election. Just a clarification before we go.
So the committee's recommendations are supposed to fall into two baskets. One, reform of the legislation that governs your elections, and two, accountability for those who may have engaged in wrongdoing during the 2023 contest. Those are the two things that we expect the committee will come out with. I will say, as I've said before, I think it's critical, particularly in an environment like Sierra Leone's, that whatever the committee comes out with in terms of recommendations are consistent with the rule of law. We can't use the argument, well, they violated the law, so we're going to violate the law. That's not good for democracy. It's not good for institutions. So it's going to be absolutely critical that the committee's recommendations are in line with Sierra Leone's electoral laws. So my expectation is that we're going to see recommendations about how we set up the tribunals to look into behavior of certain civil servants and others, and I expect we're going to see a legislative and constitutional package coming out of there.
All right, so thank you very much for making time out, but before you go, I want you to take your time to speak to the people of Sierra Leone.
Oh, well, thank you. So to the people of Sierra Leone, I would simply say you have so much potential here in this country. You have the ability to create the economy, the social sector that all of you keep telling me you want to have, one that can support the 8 million people who live in this country. If we're going to get there, it's going to require 100% of the population working together. These challenges are too big for any single party to solve on their own. And this is why it's critical that we see progress towards national unity, progress towards democracy, and a coming together of the Sierra Leonean people to drive this country forward.